Have you ever noticed that no matter how much a man gives, adapts, or proves himself, some women never seem to truly respect him? Not openly rude, not dismissive in an obvious way, just a quiet tone of superiority, a way of listening without really taking you in, a habit of correcting, managing, or subtly steering the dynamic so she always stays above you emotionally. From the outside, it looks like confidence. From the inside, it feels like you're never quite on equal ground. It shows up in small moments. When your opinions get softened, when your standards get negotiated, when your strength gets tolerated but not trusted. You're present, you're involved, but you're never fully met as a man. And after a while, you start wondering, is it me or is something deeper going on here? Most people assume respect comes automatically with effort, that if you love enough, provide enough, understand enough, it will arrive. But sometimes the problem isn't what you're doing, it's how certain women are wired to relate to men at all. This video isn't here to attack anyone. It's here to help you understand the psychology behind why respect never forms in some dynamics, no matter how good the man is. Pattern 1. She has never respected herself. Here is what you will see in her behavior. She often talks badly about herself. She puts herself down. She constantly needs other people to confirm her value. On the outside, she can look very attractive, but on the inside, her sense of self is weak. And here is a hard truth. Someone who does not respect themselves will find it very hard to truly respect someone else. Why? Because in their mind, value is not something that comes from within. It is something that has to be taken from other people. So when you enter their life, you are not seen as an equal. You become a supply source: attention, protection, validation. The common mistake men make here is this. You see that she is weak, you see that she is hurt, and you think if I love her enough, she will become confident, so you try to lift her up. But her logic is very clear about this. You cannot build self-respect for someone else. You can only build self-respect for yourself. A person with no foundation of self-respect does not learn respect from love. They only learn dependence. And when they depend on you to feel valuable, they do not see you as an equal. They see you as a mirror. If you have ever tried to heal someone else, comment yes. Pattern 2. Addicted to emotional power. This is the type of person who is very skilled at using emotions to control. Here's what it looks like. When you do what they want, they are sweet. When you do not, they become cold. When you set boundaries, they get upset, go silent, or disappear, not because they are hurt, but because they are teaching you to be afraid. The psychology underneath is this. For them, respect does not mean being equal. It means being able to control someone else. They do not need you to understand them. They need you to be afraid of losing them. The mistake men make: you confuse fear of losing her with respect. She gets angry and you worry. She goes silent and you panic. You start changing yourself so you do not make her upset. But her logic is very clear. Fear does not create long-term respect. It only creates dependence. And in a relationship built on dependence, the one who controls will never truly respect the one being controlled. If you have ever felt like you were walking on emotional landmines, like the video. In the next part, we will talk about the type of person who never takes responsibility, the type of person who only respects you when you give them benefits, and why, if you keep carrying everything just to keep the peace, you will slowly lose your position in the relationship. Pattern 3. She refuses to take responsibility. You can recognize this type of person very clearly by one thing. They almost never give a real apology. If they do apologize, it sounds like this. I am sorry because you are too sensitive. I am sorry, but it is your fault. So the apology always comes with a reason to push the blame back onto you. Here's the psychology underneath. They are afraid to face themselves, afraid of feeling wrong, afraid of having to change, so they choose to bend reality instead. And when someone refuses to take responsibility for their actions, they also cannot truly respect another person's feelings. The mistake men make here: you carry everything just to keep the peace. You tell yourself, it is okay, I can handle it, as long as things do not get tense. But her logic is very direct. No responsibility means no respect. When you carry her part for her, you are teaching her this message: I will take the consequences for you. And from that moment on, you are no longer an equal. You become the one who cleans up the mess. Pattern 4. She sees men as tools. The behavior is easy to notice. When you give, she is warm. When you help, she is sweet. When you start setting boundaries, she turns cold. Her affection rises and falls with the benefits. Here is the psychology. For her, your value is not who you are as a person. It is what you can provide. Your time, your money, your convenience, your support. The mistake men make: you keep giving in order to be accepted. You think, if I do well enough, she will appreciate me. But her logic is very clear. Someone who uses you will never truly respect you. You are not a human being in their eyes. You are a function, and when you stop performing that function, you will be replaced. If you have ever realized you are only loved when you are useful, follow her logic. In the next part, we will talk about the type of person who is afraid of stability, the type of person who has no healthy boundaries, and why this is true. Someone who is afraid of peace will never appreciate the person who brings them peace. Pattern 5. Afraid of stability. You will notice that relationships with this type of person are never calm. When everything is normal, they feel bored. When nothing is happening, they create problems. They start picking on small flaws.
They bring up old issues again.
They create tension out of things that do not matter. What is going on inside their mind is simple. For them, strong emotions equal love. So peace makes them feel restless. They confuse tension with passion. The mistake many men make is this. You think you have to create excitement to keep her. You go along with the drama.
You chase her emotional ups and downs.
But her logic is very clear. A person who is afraid of peace will never appreciate the person who brings peace.
The more stable and calm you become, the more she feels you are lacking fire. When in reality, you are just growing up.
Pattern 6. No healthy boundaries. The behavior is very easy to recognize.
She thinks checking your phone is normal. She thinks making decisions for you is caring.
She thinks controlling your schedule is looking out for you. She does not separate what is yours, what is hers, and what belongs to both of you.
Inside her psychology, she confuses connection with losing yourself.
To her, love means blending two lives into one. But her logic is very direct. Without boundaries, there is no respect. The mistake many men make is letting it slide because they think it is care. You tell yourself, she probably loves me a lot. But when your boundaries disappear, your identity slowly fades too, and someone who cannot see your boundaries will never see your position in her life. If you have ever felt controlled in the name of love, type stop in the comments. At the end, we will talk about this. Pattern 7, the strongest sign. When you are with her, you feel smaller. And the mindset shift, it is not that she does not respect you, it is that she does not have the ability to respect anyone. Pattern 7. When you are with her, you become smaller. This is the strongest sign. It does not need complicated analysis. You only need to ask yourself one question. When I am with her, do I become a weaker version of myself? The behaviors are very clear. You doubt yourself more. You filter your words before you speak. You apologize even when you did nothing wrong. You are more afraid of making her upset than of losing yourself. What is happening inside is this. The relationship does not lift you up. It makes you shrink so you can fit into her emotional world. The mistake many men make is thinking this is the price of love. You say to yourself, loving means you have to sacrifice. But her logic is very direct. The right person will make you stronger, not smaller. It is not that she does not respect you. It is that she does not have the ability to respect anyone. And the most dangerous thing is not being looked down on. The most dangerous thing is staying long enough to get used to being looked down on. Once you get used to it, you stop resisting.
You stop having boundaries. You stop having a position.
You only have a role left. Her logic does not teach you how to win women. It does not teach you how to manipulate anyone. Her logic teaches you this. Read patterns, protect your self-respect, and only stay where you are treated like someone who has value. Her logic is a way of thinking. Love, but do not lose your position in the process. Self-respect is more important than trying to be accepted by someone who does not know how to respect you. Everyone has a process of growing up, but you do not have to pay for that process with your identity. If today you only look at repeated behavior and ignore the words, is this relationship making you stronger or is it making you smaller?